money go. You don't slap that's fast to the money low. I'm a ground man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When a check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when a check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money. I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And to give this time to the tailback. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is, when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll run on 1st down. McClellan. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll try the left side. McClellan. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a third down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Ready? There's the mic. Watch with yourself. Oh, Ricky. 57's Mike.
To throw, Young. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. I got it.
Now a give, right side. It's Page. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It did lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
36. Slam. Hatchet.
They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Wide. Get wide. Watch the twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
This is Hill. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, what a juke into space. The 20. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 44 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And again this time to the tailback. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
On 1st down, Page. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
They'll run on first down. McClellan, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check. 6 count. Check 6 count.
Now a give right side. McClellan, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 50. Check 50.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On first down, McClellan. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Darren Lee there to get him down.
A gain of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Young. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He's got daylight. The 40, 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd down, Hill. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Young from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Ravens push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now here's Young. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
No. He's crashing.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On third down, McClellan. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. Looking to throw, Young to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they try the right side here. They'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Under 10. Hey, switch gears.
Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Set, ready. Lock the flag. Come on. 2 times, 2 times. 3 down, 3 down.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Here we go. Set. Here, come on. Bang out. Drop them.
They'll run on first down. It's Page, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now they try the right side here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
On first down, McClellan. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Back.
They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, check 24. Wait. Switch. Go. Check.
They'll run on first down. McClellan, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Let's go. Go to base. 57. Pick me up. Here we go. Check 31. Check 31. Quick the edge. Wheel.
They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Switch up, switch up. 57's the mic.
Now Young, he's going to float this over the middle, deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 1st down, it's Page. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw a spot, an opening.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Young. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Even. 4 down. Even. Yeah. Like 7. Squish, double.
To throw again. Young. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And he'll give it here to his running back. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Ready. 4. Get ready. 2 little cut. Check 3. Check it out.
Young on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
at the 38-yard line.
Hey, go. Hey, what's the ball?
From the 38, Young. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
At the 49-yard line.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road,